Pulp MX Network production.
Bringing you a cheeky Brit and an American YouTube racing sensation weekly. It's the LVK More Than Moto podcast with your hosts, Phillips and Kellen Brauer.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Leatt LVK More Than Moto podcast. I am Kellen Brauer, joined by Phillips in studio today. First time in I don't even know, almost a year since we've had Big Lou in studio with us, and it's awesome. I love these shows where we can actually interact off of each other a little bit more. I feel like when we do it remotely, it's not the same, but I still think we do a good show, and this is going to be a good one too.
No, you're wrong. This is weird. Why we're both facing in the same direction, so we're not actually looking at each other?
We're not. I mean, I'm looking.
Yeah, but it's
perfectly at you.
it's uncomfortable to look at you. So actually, I think over Zoom, it's more
okay,
more face to face.
I mean, you can move the microphone this way a little
It's
bit
a very
more.
Rigid setup.
You can push it that.
Okay, so it's caught on the thing.
Yeah,
well, that actually changes a lot. Okay, I take it all back.
But yeah, you're back. You're in California this week. Obviously, did Pulp Monday,
Yep.
TLD thing last night.
Yep.
Busy Big Lou.
Oh, so United fucked me on. Actually, no, people don't care. We need to stop. No one. On with the show.
Okay, on
People
with the
don't
show.
care about this
People
stuff.
don't care. But yeah, Wednesday today, A1 coming up this weekend. Level of excitement right now. How much are we still building until excitement level on Saturday?
I don't know. I feel really weird about it this year.
Really?
I don't know why. I'm excited, but something I almost feel like I've got something over my head, and I don't know what it is.
You don't think it's coming this weekend?
No,
kind of
there's
thing,
almost
or?
a sense of dread. Not dread, that's the wrong word. I don't know. I feel like something's gnawing at me that I need to let go, but I don't know what it is. So, a real journey.
Could it be perhaps beef that's going on in your life surrounding it? No, not
that's fucking same shit, different day.
Yeah, a little bit of that, right?
Yep. I'm sure there'll be more of that coming up, but we're ready.
We are ready. We're excited for A1 coming up this weekend. We're also excited to have all the people supporting us again this year, and even some new faces as well. Of course, Leatt back on board with us for the 2026 season. Big thanks to them and everything that they have done to make this show possible. Namura and Partzilla back as well, and Alpinestars Protects on board with us as well. The Tech Air MX, a big deal, obviously, with what's going on with them, so we'll talk about them throughout the show. But yeah, thanks to all the sponsors that keep backing us.
Yeah, I'm very happy with Alpinestars. We deserve Alpinestars, and it's even better that we took them from Steve because they were on Blair Mathis, specifically requested to be moved to LVK, which really says a lot.
Yeah, we're moving
this
up.
is step one of ruining Steve's life.
Step one
I should
complete.
say ruining Steve's life.
Ruining for sure. So yeah, we're gonna have a fun show today. Basically, what we really wanted to do was kind of do a prediction show, but a bit of a different, more off the wall prediction show. Everybody's doing, who's gonna win A1, who's gonna win the title and stuff like that. So we wanted to dig into some of the more different storylines kind of, and I think these predictions that we're going to come up with today will kind of do that. So we're going to do this, and then by the end of Supercross we can react to them, so that'll be fun, and then do it going into outdoors, and I think this is going to be a good recurring segment to do. So yeah, excited for it.
Yeah, I think we need to do more reacting. It's weird how everyone does preview shows in this sport, but no one ever really goes back to them, to what they predicted. So that's why we've got specific categories, segments. So at the end of the year, it's very black and white. You said X about Y. Here's how it played out. Because when you do a generic preview, it's obviously a bit harder because you just waffle and talk around the houses. And you're like, yeah, I did say that, but then 10 minutes later, I said this.
Yeah.
Specific categories is more lock and key.
Well, before we get into the new year, is there anything that you predicted going into last year that you feel like you really hit the nail on the head?
I can't remember a thing.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No. Absolutely not. I can't remember anything that I predicted last year.
Nothing at all.
I probably predicted Jet to win the title, so that was wrong.
Okay.
I wouldn't have predicted that Chase's shock would have so many issues, so I would have got that wrong.
Were you on board early with Chase leaving KTM? Because Steve claims that, but I feel like you also did.
I don't know. It's hard because every fucking week I would talk to Chase about it and he would give me a different answer. So you can probably find a different version of me on different podcasts going, I don't know, I've got a feeling that he's going to stay at KTM, and then the next week me going, I don't know, I've got a feeling that he's leaving KTM. So there's probably a lot of different evidence out there for me.
The only one I can think of is that I did predict Julian Beaumer would win multiple races,
you
and he did win a race.
on that, to be fair.
I was pretty proud of that, but obviously it fizzled out towards the end. And bummer we don't get Julian in Supercross this year. I feel like he would really kind of spice things up either coast.
I'm a big Juju guy.
Yeah, you are
big Rider D guy.
I know.
So all of my love is going to Rider D.
Wyver D.
No one knows.
Yeah, you're gonna have to spread your love evenly this weekend between Max and Rider D.
I love everyone. It's
Everyone?
amazing how I, like Jesus, have the ability to just spread love to all of my people.
All right, well, I think we should spread love to the field and talk about a couple things in this prediction show. Before we do that, I want to tell you guys about Leatt. Leatt protection is in their brand DNA. It started 20 years ago with the groundbreaking Leatt neck brace and continues today with an extensive product offering of protective gear and riding apparel. But what Leatt really stands for is inspiring confidence and ensuring safety with every ride. Excited to see all the new lines of gear, obviously, this year, but Leatt going to bring some great stuff to the table for 2026, and we'll be seeing all these guys rocking the threads this weekend at A1. I'm sure there's going to be so much limited edition stuff. It's going to knock our wigs back by the time we get to A1, but not too much stuff has been dropped yet. So keep an eye on this space for the next few days. All right, let's get into this prediction show. The first one that we're going to dive into is a good surprise for the season. Now, I feel like we could do 450 or 250. I don't know if you want to like stick to one class for this.
Yeah, what do we do about that?
Maybe just stick to 450s for these predictions?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Or we could do one of each.
Yeah, let's do one of each.
Okay, one of each. So yeah, good surprise, 450 class. Do you have one that jumps off the page right away that you really hold true to?
Hard, isn't it? Because surprise is different to different people. Because I could say Christian Craig was surprised and everyone else will go, well, I expected that. That's not a surprise. But for me personally, let me think. Have you got one?
Well, I did talk about that I think Jorge Prado's flying under the radar a little bit on the BMP
Steve's
show.
take on Pulp that Prado is Colt Nichols.
That was a bit much.
I was really trying to like be polite, because also not to insult Colt, not to insult Steve. But I was like, I don't think that's exactly right. No. But yeah, that was off the beaten path a little bit too much. So yours is Prado.
No, honestly, I think one that I genuinely believe is going to go quite well is just Ducati as a whole. Ooh. Yeah, I'm a little bit like skeptical of how it's all going to work in Supercross, but I feel like they're going to figure things out quick. I don't know why I have that feeling. I don't know if it's just because of the team and the atmosphere and Troy Lee and the fact they have two experienced riders and guys that have kind of proven it in the past. But I feel like people are maybe knocking both guys down quite a few pegs from where they could be. And I don't know. I have this sneaking suspicion that like they're going to come out firing a little bit.
Okay, so yours is Ducati.
Yeah.
Mine, and I don't really know what number I'd put on this, but mine is Savacci.
Okay.
I think that Savacci still has untapped potential in the 450 class. Hasn't really had a stable environment, really, over his 450 career to perform. He's now got, this is his second year with Quadlock?
Yes. Yeah.
Second year with Quadlock. A season under his belt, WSX momentum. I think Savacci will be more of a mainstay in the top end of 6 to 10 and beating some factory riders who maybe, when you sit here and lay it all out on a bit of paper, you put Savacci behind them.
Yeah.
I guess headline would be Savacci reignites his career.
I could see that for sure. Let's kind of raw react to each other. So let's go with Savacci first here. Percentage-wise, like how much better do you think he's going to be this year? Stability, keeping with the same program and all that stuff. Like, do you think he takes a 10% step up, 20% step up?
Well, to underline that, what was he doing this year or 2025? What on average, what would you say? He was a 10th place guy?
Yeah, 9, 10, 11-ish.
Okay, so yeah, then in comparison to that, I think a 6 to 9 often.
Okay.
And with some top 5s sprinkled in there,
Sure.
but that won't be the theme.
Yeah.
But I do think there'll be some top 5s in there at different points.
I could definitely see that. I mean, I think that he has shown to have that potential in the past, and obviously things are flowing a little bit better in the right direction right now. Do you think that that becomes like a more stable thing, or we see him like get a couple 6th place finishes on a more regular basis, but also still has struggles?
I think he'll be very consistent, and the low end, the struggles, as you put it, won't really show up.
Okay.
I think the worst day will be 11-12.
All right. Yeah. No, I think I rate Savacci high, so I lean more as like,
That's not a surprise.
Well, I lean more as like, I think he can become just a regular 5 to 8 guy.
Yeah.
And like sniff podiums occasionally. I don't know if you feel that highly about it. But
I guess that's where I'm at. I mean, I think, again, the headline, Joey Savacci reignites his career, because I do believe we've not seen the best of him on a 450. I believe he still has the potential. He's in the window to make something happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if he reestablishes his position enough where a factory team looks at him again for 27. Like, I think that's where he can get to. He's not so much on the downward trajectory that some would expect, I guess.
Yeah.
But again, maybe everyone's got a positive opinion and everyone agrees with me, so therefore it's not a surprise, it's just the expectation.
So if it does go the other way, like let's say he has a bad first few rounds or something like that, should we start panicking that it's not going better, or do you think it's one of those that like he'll figure it out?
I think he'll figure it out. I mean, I just don't think it's going to go that way, because even if you look, when he was on Rick Ware in 22, remember he did the first half of the season only on a privateer Cowie, essentially? He was 9th every single week, except for one where there was a 10th, I think. So in my mind, I'm like, if he's doing that on a privateer Cowie with kind of a misshapen program, like if he can use the data he's got now, the momentum from WSX, all of this, then that should be the minimum expectation. And then, once we get into the season and we have injuries and whatnot, maybe there are podiums in there.
Yeah, okay. I agree. Going to be fun to see. Let's talk Ducati, because I obviously bring them up. So there's obvious skepticism about how it's all going to kind of fit in. They've never raced Supercross. They've never raced in the USA on a full-time basis. They got a couple motos in basically with Cairoli, but that's about it. But I feel like Cairoli kind of proved, if you will, that bike is stable enough to compete at a high level outdoors. They're going to go through some learning curves indoors, but they're also Ducati, and they know how to build a quality motorcycle. It's a new venture, but they've also got some experience behind them in MXGP. It's not like they're launching this brand new in the US only. So I don't feel like I'm as low on them as some others are maybe rating them.
I'm definitely skeptical. I just came from the TLD launch last night, and Ferrandis is still trudging out his take for best frame in motorsports. I've never had these possibilities. I'm leaving the track with a smile on my face every day, which I've never done in my life.
Yeah.
All of this. And Barsha, who has had 15 days on the bike in total, 10 before injury, 5 after. He is racing at Anaheim 1, by the way. He didn't take it as far as Ferrandis, but he was like, yeah, we're good. Like, we're in a good spot. Bike's not going to hold me back. I think I said to him in my interview, so this is going to be a case of, you may suck at Anaheim 1 because of your fitness and collarbone, not because of the bike. And he was like, yeah. So that concerns me, though, because this all seems too positive.
Yeah.
And there has to be a trip up at some point. There's no way it can just all be swimmingly. So I don't know. But then, again, to your surprise, based on what the riders are saying, what you're saying isn't a surprise. It's what we're all expecting, but I just don't know.
It's what they're expecting, maybe, right? Well, okay, so how much of like your skepticism is based on what happened in MXGP last year? How
0.
strong it started? You don't care about that at all?
And I guess I shouldn't say this, but off record, I was talking to one of 2 riders. Keep it vague like that. And they said, based on what they've experienced with the bike so far, they believe just the makeup of the Ducati is better suited for Supercross as a starting point than motocross.
Okay.
Like, they were like, I'm more concerned about outdoors than I am Supercross.
Interesting. Just because, like, there's less variation?
No, I think just the makeup of the chassis, the engine characteristics, like, whatever else.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that I did take is like interesting is when Ferrandis talked about power delivery on the Ducati and Supercross. He said like it's almost too much in a straight line. Like it's just it goes and goes and goes and goes. But they got to figure out stuff in the corners to like kind of balance that out, because it's not enough on the low end and stuff like that. So maybe that's where they will hurt, is that the tracks that are long, Glendale, obvious example, but just like have long rhythm sections and stuff, maybe that bike really excels. And then the ones that are more tight and technical, they'll struggle. Yeah,
perhaps. I mean, Ferrandis said to me that his first day on the bike, he essentially had a MotoGP engine. And it was the type of engine where you click 4th in the whoops and you just take off, because all the power is in the top end of the speed range. So he said they fixed that. So he, again, had no complaints about the engine.
Yeah.
And neither did Barsha. Barsha did say some stuff about the engine, but nothing sticks out. But yeah, there's just no way. Like, I don't know that you can come into Supercross with a new manufacturer, even though it is Ducati, and not have weeks where you are 19th and 20th, and it's like, yeah, like, big learning day for us,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But then again, I do think, and I said this to Paolo, Supercross could be a better spot for them because MXGP, sand 1 week, hard pack the next, the landscape was ever changing. At least Supercross, the tracks, the conditions are within some sort of window. So if they can nail it, they're never going to go too far away from what those conditions are.
Sure. Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, right now they're both talking podiums. I would say if they're on the podium at all this year, I would be pleasantly surprised.
I agree with that. I don't think they'll get on the podium. And I also agree that there's going to absolutely be days that they struggle. I think that like the biggest problems are more going to come with like just straight failures, like of some kind that they didn't expect to happen. I don't know about engine or suspension or whatever it is, but I could see that being their problem. But I kind of feel like Barsha and Ferrandis will then like just be themselves this year, like fit into their normal positions. Whereas I don't knock them down to like 15th place guys because they're on a Ducati.
Easier to say with Ferrandis because I feel like his normal position is so set in stone. Like every year he is just the same guy. Barsha, I guess it's a little harder to read because his results do fluctuate. 1 year he's a podium guy, then he's not, then he's a podium guy again. Right. So I guess that's a little harder to say. But I do think Ferrandis will just be within that same window, which is great. Yeah, I think.
No, it would be. And that would be massive for Ducati, massive for both of them to kind of find that window. And I think my prediction with them is both of those guys are back there in 27. I know they're on 1 year deals and all this stuff like that. I think that it works out. There's consistency. Everyone kind of meshes and understands this as a learning process, and they're back ready to go for 27 with a little bit more vinegar.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay.
Also, because I don't know who Ducati could get besides them who would be better. A lot of guys are under contract with 2 years. A lot of guys would still be hesitant of the Ducati program. So yeah, I think they will remain their best choices. Interesting. Barsha did say in the in my interview that negotiating with Ducati, I wasn't their first choice, so they had to go down the road with someone else before they got to me. And in the moment, I was like, fuck, who? And I was like, Tomac.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the closest we've got to an on-record Tomac Ducati reference.
Yeah.
But also, Barsha said in my interview, he said club was a very, very real possibility far down the road. Hep called him after Anderson had signed, surprising. So maybe they were going to do 4 riders. Urive, he said he spoke to Urive quite a lot. And someone else. I was surprised that Barsha had all of these options. Mm-hmm. I thought there was more like it was Ducati or one other thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, we're running into that same thing again where all these guys are being really strong riders into their 30s and beyond, and then they bring that value of expertise and experience and everything. So, but yeah, my thing is I think Ducati hits a little bit better. So that was presented by Leatt, the good surprise of 2026. Let's move on to maybe the opposite side of this, the big flop, what we think is maybe being overhyped or just genuinely might not work out for 2026. This one is going to be presented by Namura. Namura has been a trusted tech name in performance engine components for motocross, ATV, UTV, and personal watercraft for over 20 years. From complete rebuilds to high-performance upgrades, Namura delivers precision-engineered parts built to perform under pressure. Their expanding lineup includes cast and forged pistons, connecting rods, gasket kits, engine valves, and cylinder kits, all designed to meet or exceed OEM specifications. Check out Namura.com for all that they offer for 2026. So yeah, big flop. Is there anything that jumps off the page to you as like, man, I just don't see that working out?
Well, based on all of the positive comments, my initial gut reaction is Ducati. Just because I feel like it's too positive and it's too overhyped.
Well, from the rider's perspective, yes, maybe a little bit too overhyped.
Other than that, I don't know, because you know what? I don't really feel like there's too much hype in unconventional places at the moment. Generally, I just think it's all Chase Webb Tomac discussion. I don't think that there's a lot of like Malcolm hype or AP hype or any of this. But hype aside, this is maybe going to be unpopular, but if I'm not going to go with Ducati, could I say AP's rebuilding process with the illness and whatever else will take some time, and therefore it's a bit inconsistent, bit up and down, and we don't see AP on the podium until round 12.
It's not impossible for sure, because like even as he said, like they never really gave an answer for what the health issue is. Maybe that's just him being, sneaky and not wanting to reveal whatever it is, but like we could certainly get into like 2 or 3 rounds and he's back to struggling with it of some facet again. So hopefully not, but I agree that definitely could be a struggle point.
Yeah, apart from that, I'm struggling to really think of much else. What have you got?
Well, I don't believe necessarily in this one either, but I could see the struggles that we saw Tomac have at WSX kind of leak into Supercross more, and like we get into a bad zone at some points where he's not happy with the bike on a regular basis and it's not going well. I don't believe that will happen, but I could see that being one of those things where everyone thinks Tomac's going to be a title guy and we're halfway through the season and he's like just not having a good time.
Got to smarten up, Kellen, because that was actually my first feeling, but I'm smart enough now to know not to say this stuff about Tomac.
Because we're going to get roasted and
but that was actually one of my first thoughts is, and again, as is the case with Tomac always, the hype is so high.
It is.
That if it's not top end of performance, championship, then it's not lived up to the hype that's being put out there by fans and whatnot. Can I say AP and Malcolm will not win a race between them? Does that count as... But that's not really an overall flop, but I feel like versus hype.
I could get on board with that. I could also...
Does that count as a flop, though?
No.
Oh.
But they did both win races last year, so maybe...
Okay, my biggest flop, AP and Malcolm both of them do not win a race, unlike 2025.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm just going to eat my words on Tomac because I don't know like that it's going to go as well as everybody says it's going to.
Yeah, do that. I think that's a good flop. I think you will be proven right. Lock that in.
All right, lock it in. Yeah. There we go. That one was brought to you by Namura. Big shout out to Namura again for backing the show. Let me tell you guys about Partzilla and the PRMX Blaster Power Kawasaki program for 2026. Cade Clayson, Mitchell Harrison carrying the team for the 450 guys this weekend. Honestly, I genuinely thought Cade earned a number again, so it took me aback when I saw him at the Cleveland Browns football game with his bike on the field, and it was 784 as his number. I don't know if you saw this post or not, but I was like, oh yeah, he didn't get a number, so he's got to go triple digit, but definitely interesting there. And then new signing, Anthony Bourdon coming onto the team to race West alongside Jack Chambers. We were just talking about this before the show, but they're kind of stacking heavy guys on the West, and Hamden Hudson, I guess, will go East, but yeah, Chambers and Bourdon should be a good power punch for them.
Yeah, who's better out of them two? Peak performance.
I like Chambers, but I think Bourdon's just better Supercross rider.
Yeah, maybe, but I do low-key believe in Chambers.
I mean, you like Chambers, so...
I inspired Chambers.
You inspired him.
No, I'd say Bourdon, no, yeah. Bourdon, let's say Bourdon, but I think Chambers, like, in practice or whatnot, will throw down some heaters that far surpass what Bourdon does. Yeah. But results-wise, I think it would be Bourdon. I mean, that's a great pickup for that team.
It is. It's like a underrated
top 5
pickup.
guy, potentially.
Maybe, but also he hasn't been as strong lately for some reason. Like he was pretty good in Paris, but other than that, like I haven't seen anything that's been like Bourdon
WSX
hype.
Was a disaster.
Yeah, so
when was he on Barek Suzuki?
2 years ago, I think.
So what did he do in 25?
I think he was still on Bar X, but just like hurt a little bit or something like that.
Yes, he had a big crash after like round 1 at the Yamaha track and broke all sorts of things.
Okay, there you go.
Which maybe explains why WSX didn't go well in Paris, because maybe we're still rebuilding.
But Paris, he almost won.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
He I mean, it wasn't like the elite of the elite, but he lost to Clout.
Clout, yeah.
Yeah. But it was he and Clout going at it, right?
And Jake Cannon, who can forget?
Jake Cannon, yeah. Hey, man.
Who can forget?
But yeah, Partzilla.com is a premier OEM parts dealer and distributor. They sell OEM parts for Honda, Kawasaki, Polaris, Can-Am, Suzuki, Arctic Cat, Sea-Doo, Ski-Doo, and Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, PWCs, and snowmobiles. Visit Partzilla.com to see their extensive line of parts and accessories. So this one is also going to be a bit of like a downtrodden one. I don't want to bring the mood down to start into A1, but let's just predict who may or may not lose their factory ride by the end of the year. Now, this could be across the gamut. Maybe we do a 251. We didn't do our 250 biggest surprise and flop either, but is there any name that you think, by 2026, they're really shopping?
So I could do either class?
Yeah, let's do either class. Why
Okay.
not?
Then in that case, I had a 451, but if I want to try and be correct, I'll go Cochrane.
Okay.
Because I think he would have to perform at this point, right?
Yeah, it's kind of do or die a little bit.
My
too many injuries.
451, which I'm not going to lock in because I'm locking in Cochrane, was going to be Marchbanks purely because I'm concerned that Kitchen will have one hell of a year and therefore Kawasaki will be like, yeah, we're taking him. Like, it's time.
Yeah, but then he would just go back to PC 250, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but he still would have technically lost his factory ride.
Yeah, no, I understand that. That's a good one. I feel like a dick saying this, but I also feel like this is a prove it or lose it deal year for McAdoo. Too many injuries, too many what ifs, too many so close but not done, and like not to be like the Faulkner in the situation, but it kind of is starting to feel like that, where it's like, how many chances is Mitch going to give him before he's just like, I'm sorry, man, I got to move on?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there because some of his injuries have been caused by bike failures.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know if that earns him like a certain range that he's allowed to stay for. Equally, I do think that another factory team would pick him up. But this is more, I think we'd just change
losing his ride. Yeah, like has to go somewhere else.
But just for conversation, I do think that still another factory team would take a chance on him.
Mm-hmm.
Were you surprised by the context in which Nick Way talked about him on Pulp? I was very surprised and taken aback that it was very much like business as usual. We're coming into another season. Let's go for a championship.
Yes and no, because I almost view, and I don't know if Nick approaches it this way, but I view McAdoo as almost like a 250 version of Trey Kennard at this point, where it's like he is always going to be fast.
Fair.
He's always going to come back firing, if you will.
Fair.
And so they almost should just kind of prep that way every time until it works.
Yeah, I mean, I am clearly wrong, but I was looking at him in the context of a Moserman, where it's like, race every race, get a couple of podiums, just prove that, like, establish building block 1, and then we'll go again in 27.
I don't know if I'm that far down the level, because Moserman almost retired. I would almost look at McAdoo as more of like, he should take the Pierce Brown 2024 approach, which was like slowly build every week, and then he won the final SMX race for his first pro win. But I could also see it working the other way. I mean, shoot, the dude had a torn ACL and finished third at the opening round last year. And Daniel Blair brought it up on the Blair Mathis show yesterday that like every race that he's raced in the last like 3 or 4 years, he's been on the podium.
Yeah, but then does that matter at this point? Because we're not looking race to race. This isn't Paris, you know? I think at this point, I think none of us really care what McAdoo does race to race. We more care what he does championship, right?
Well, I mean, just make it the whole season,
and bring this back around in the context of teams. I would think that's certainly what they would watch for now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know McAdoo can win. And I like McAdoo, so I do hope it works out. But
yeah, this isn't a knock on him to me.
I was just surprised.
Like,
I was just surprised that like it was very much business as usual. Like, he's only been on Supercross for 4 weeks, I believe. Which Way kind of rebutted with like a lot of the fundamentals from riding outdoors on a 450 carrier cross, which is fair. Again, smarter than you and I. But yeah.
I just look at it with the McAdoo situation is, you know, Mitch helped Faulkner as long as he could and eventually let him go to Triumph. And now it's maybe working out for him to, you know, turn his career around a little bit. And I love McAdoo and all that, but maybe it would be good if another bad year happens to change environments. And if you're Mitch, he's still looking at, can I get Kai de Wolf? Can I get these, you know, Temmerman and all my amateur kids? Can I get them spots as well? Like, he's still shopping around at the next big success that will work for him, because once Kitchen and Hammaker maybe do their deed, he needs what's next, and it's Drew Adams and something else behind that, I think, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It is curious. I do think the pro circuit is in need of a bit of a shake-up.
Yeah.
Like, they've got, like, Kitchen needs to win in 26 and go 450, because I think he'll be great on a 450. I feel like he's done with the 250 class aside from having a championship. So I feel like another year in 250s in 27 is almost, like, detrimental.
Mm-hmm.
Equally, yeah, McAdoo's been there a long time. We'll see what Drew brings. But there are a lot of amateurs and international guys, I guess, who are in the offering.
Let's talk 450s just real quick, because we didn't do it with the other topics. You think Marchbanks is in the danger zone because Kitchen has a good year?
Not because of him, but I think I think he will be powerless.
Right.
If
He'll
it
be
works
Joey, like in 2019, Joey with Adam moving up.
If it works out for Kitchen, then I really feel like Marchbanks is just going to be powerless and like, hey.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't know, and I asked Steve off record if he knew, and he didn't either. No one's clear on what the parameters of his Cowie extension clause is. You know, like he needs to hit X number of results. He said that it's not ridiculously easy, but it's not ridiculously hard. So from that, I would guess top 8, top 6.
Yeah.
I don't know, but. So I don't know if that's locked in. So maybe if he gets those results, he's there. But I just, my gut feeling is if Kitchen does really well, Marchbanks is kind of like, it doesn't matter what he does, he's powerless to stop Kitchen. Which, understandably, because if you're Factory Cowie, you're betting on Kitchen for the 450 future more so than Marchbanks.
Right. I mean, that's at least the eye test of it. Maybe they have changed their opinion of it with, Kitchen's recent spell of injuries as well. Not too sure about that. Is it too much of a dick thing to say Colt Nichols?
I mean, do you count that as factory ride?
It is, because it's the factory Suzuki team, but dude, we got to see some turnaround a little bit there, no?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I could see Nichols on quad lock. That feels like the ultimate place for him, like where he needs to be.
Does feel like a good marriage there for sure.
I really do hope we see just a flash of the Nichols of the past, because he doesn't, even just to the naked eye, riding style, body position, he doesn't look like himself at all.
Yeah.
He just looks so stiff and heavy almost that I'd just like to see Nichols riding where I go like, oh, he's having a good time.
I mean, it's funny because he raced 2 rounds of WSX, was running third and crashed out, got third at the finale, and I don't think anybody remembers either of those things. So,
with all due respect,
Christian Craig was on the track still, and he beat him.
Yeah, but Christian Craig crashed a lot.
He did.
I mean, what I was going to say, does third in WSX without the wild cards really mean anything?
But what I'm saying is, everybody is rating Christian as this is a huge turnaround coming up. Things are, and everyone is looking at Nichols as dude, you got to prove it or lose it kind of thing. And in a way, they were similar.
No, because the Christian hype is all off the back of what he did against the wild cards.
True. Yeah.
Ultimately, no one once the wild cards left WSX, everyone stopped putting stock in what was going on. It was only relevant to AMA Supercross through the first half of the season.
Okay. Yeah.
And I love WSX.
Yeah. Big WSX guy.
I love WSX.
Are you going to get WSX Media Member of the Year?
Remind me, I have 2 funny WSX stories that I have to tell you afterwards.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it on the pod.
No, I can't. From secret meetings.
Secret meetings. All right, so that was our third topic brought to you by Partzilla. Let me tell you guys about Alpinestars and the Tech Air MX. The Tech Air MX, of course, the new airbag system. Really interesting to see that in use in the last year in Supercross. Uses a sophisticated activation algorithm designed specifically for ruts, berms, jumps, and whoops, obviously when you're crashing, deploying instantly when it matters most. It's a fully autonomous airbag built into a compact chest protector, offering CE Level 1 protection on the chest and back when deployed, 4 times the back protection of passive armor alone. Very cool invention. Cool to see how it continues to evolve. Obviously, the guys talking about it this year said a little heavy, a little hot, but they keep making improvements, keep making new vented airways through the protection system to allow guys to have a little bit more ventilation. And we're, of course, pleased and proud to bring Alpinestars onto the LVK More Than Moto podcast for 2026.
Yeah, I love Alpinestars.
I've heard. You may have said that once already.
Also, I don't know if Alpinestars want to do a personal deal with me, but I commented on Chase's post yesterday saying that his gear looked unreal on a Cowie. A lot of fans replying to me, which means I have generated positive Alpinestars stuff.
It's like your monster deal.
I need to email them.
I thought you did.
No, I forgot. I typed one out and I never pressed
You
send.
literally said 3 podcasts ago that you've made steps with Monster.
No, I have made steps, but I need to
actually
there's another. No, there's
so
another.
We typed up an email. We just haven't hit send yet.
I made steps. There's another email I need to send.
Okay, fantastic.
There's a lot going on in the world of Lewis, Kellen.
Yes, I'm sure. Okay, from the losing of the factory ride to maybe some potential upside. Is there a new winner on the docket? Either class. Well, let's dive into this a little bit more. Either class, is there a new winner for 2026?
Yeah, because ultimately, I don't think there's a new winner in 450s. I mean, who would it be?
Jacob. And Hunter.
Okay, Hunter.
Hunter could be the new winner. So.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot about Hunter. It's
Brought to you by Alpinestars.
Hunter, Hunter's an easy bet.
Yeah.
And if I want to go off the wall in 250s, you know what I'm going to say?
Max Voland.
No. Although they do have a director of performance now at Club MX, which feels like a Chat GPT title. No, who am I going to say? Come on.
I don't know, man.
250s. Ryder D.
Oh. No, I'm out. I don't think he wins this year.
Again, the only reason I'm kind of out is because I think West is so top heavy.
It is, yeah.
Like, to get through Max, Levi, and Deegan is going to be tough.
Yeah.
But if it was, like, put Ryder D, or maybe not, but take the East Coast field into West, Ryder D's winning.
I don't know, man. Like, that's... Like, East, yes, maybe slightly less top-heavy, but there's still good guys on the
deeper,
East.
but it's less top-heavy.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll go Hunter. That's easy. And for shits and giggles, put me down for Ryder D as well. Because Hunter's a boring one to look back on, isn't it? Because it will happen.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Hunter, definitely boring answer. Ryder D is a decent one. Bennick?
Oh, I didn't even consider East.
Yeah.
No.
He got second, dude. He was one spot away from a win last year.
But those instances are just flashes in the pan. So you can't bet on, like...
I'm not saying that he's going to be consistent. He might just randomly pull one out of his ass.
It's
I
hard
don't
to bet
know.
on him winning when it's like a shooting star. So if he doesn't have it on the night that the shooting star arises, then it's game over. It's very much basically betting on Bennick to win a race. Instead of putting it on a number at instead of putting it on red or black at roulette, you're putting it on a specific number. Like, odds are you can win more, but also it's much less likely to come up.
Okay.
But you can have Bennick.
Jalik?
Yeah?
Maybe?
I'm locked in with Ryder D and...
I'm just throwing names at a hat at this point, because I agree with you on Hunter. I do need to pick one. Screw it. I'll say Bennick. I'll say random off the wall, he wins like...
I would go Jalik over Bennick, I think, but you do you.
I'll go Bennick wins Cleveland.
Why?
I don't know, just random race. Just like the most whatever.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
That is our new winner for 2026. Let's talk about the team dynamic. Most impressive team. And what I want to do with this one specifically is not just like, oh, which team scores the most points? Because you could have Yamaha be carried by Webb and J. Coop or something like that. But which team by the end of the season will we be like, man, good for them. Like they had a damn good year. Very impressive stuff.
Two in mind.
Okay.
Quadlock Honda. Easy pick because it's the underdog team. So, like, if they fight against the establishment, then well done to them. Other pick, Beta.
Okay.
There's low-key Beta Benny hype. And I believe in Oldenburg. I think it would be an easy win with this category because I think if they have a good handful of top 10s, then you can go good for them. They are the red-headed stepchild of the pits. So I'll go Beta.
Okay. I feel like no one's talking about Beta. You say there's low-key hype, but it's like no one's talking about them either.
I'll tell you who relentlessly... I think I might have said this. When I was in Australia, once a day, Max just keeps turning to me and going, I think Benny Bloss is going to be really good. And at one point, I just turned to him and went, I know, you've told me.
Yeah.
But he was like, I think he's going to be top fives. Because he came to Philadelphia. Were you there in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the press box. His one takeaway from watching
Benny Bloss
was Benny Bloss can ride a bike.
Yeah, he can.
So I'll put one down for me and Max as Beta, therefore Benny Bloss.
Beta Benny. I'm gonna take low hanging fruit. Hep. Like I feel like there's a chance Roxon wins this title still. Obviously, not many people are like super high on it, but there's a chance. And then maybe Jason Anderson and Suzuki just click really well and we have two like Suzuki's top 5 every week.
You could have had a really easy win here because you could have gone with a technicality and said Twisted Tea Suzuki, which is technically a different team, has never had a podium. So, therefore, they Twisted T Suzuki.
But I look at them as the same. Like, I don't
that's what
care.
I mean. That's my technicality.
Yeah,
You could
I
have
don't care.
slipped in.
Like the Suzukis in the 450 class will have a good year.
I just hope that they gather some good data ready for the MXGP comeback in 27.
Do you have any for 250s though? Any teams that we should be talking about more?
You know what? PRMX, because Bourdon is quite a step up, I feel like, from where they've had... Actually, no, because he wasn't very good. Scratch that. Still love PRMX, just not in this context.
I have one.
Club?
Well, obviously, yeah, that's going to be great.
Okay, go.
Bar X. I feel like Bar X in Supercross, aside from Bourdon, has like been a little bit. Like Parker Ross had some good results last year, but Schwartz keeps getting hurt. I think some version of both of them is going to click awesomely this year, and we're going to have like regular 6 to 10 results every week, and you're going to be like, Bar X again, man, look at them.
I think this is I don't even believe this, but fuck it. AEO KTM, purely because of Mumford. Maybe Mumford can give them a career best result for the team.
Well, Avery Long was good last year too, though.
Yeah, he can maybe do something as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other guy.
And the other guy, yeah.
Which is Leo Tucker?
Kyle Wise.
Kyle Wise. Never heard of Kyle Wise in my life.
Yeah.
Good luck to him.
Leo Tucker is Bar X.
Is Kyle Wise good?
He's all right.
Was he a touted amateur?
Well, he's raced Supercross like 2 years now.
Good for him.
It's been around.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good for him.
Good for him.
Has he really?
I think so.
I feel like Steve. I feel like Steve in this. Really? Who with?
Who was he with last year?
Well, I'd imagine the other wise men. That's who he travelled with.
No? Rock River.
Oh, no, that was a clever joke.
Oh, the other wise men.
In the context, it's still
about the
Christmas
team,
time.
I know. I got you now. I was too busy thinking of the team.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm more looking at the top end of that team. I think we'll do well.
What team?
Well, AEO or Bar X, like both of them will be solid. Okay.
What team is Trey Fierro riding for?
Well, his own program, man.
Yep.
Rocking it in.
Because we're on that.
We're on that.
We know all about it.
All backed and ready to go. Yep. Look out for the 158 this year. And
how do you know his number?
Do you not follow him on Instagram?
No.
Why not? Come on, get on board the Trey Fierro hype, man.
You don't need to follow people on Instagram. Kellen, that's so baby boomer of you. You don't need to follow people on Instagram now. The algorithm will give you what you want to see.
Yeah, well, maybe this is the boomer in me. I still go to the following tab on Instagram.
Maybe Trey Fierro hasn't quite figured out the Instagram algorithm. I'm not sure if that's a priority, but he doesn't appear.
Okay. All right. From most impressive team to the champion of this 2026 season, let's go across the board. Let's start 450s. I think I know who you're picking.
The apple of my eye, my reason for being. He walks on water. He'll take that path to the 450 title. It's Chase Sexton. It's got to happen. It's going
to be great.
I'll repeat what I said on Pulp. It's not his to win. It's his to lose.
No, I'm not there.
Really?
No.
Oh.
No. He doesn't even have the number 1 plate, and he raced all 17 races last year. You can't say it's his to lose.
Yeah, but we all know.
Do we?
We all know.
Do we?
We all know.
I don't think we do.
The Cowie has won a lot lately.
Okay.
It has been... Oh, fuck, I should have looked this up. I should have written this down because I looked it up last week. Basically, Cowie hasn't won fuck all since 2022.
Yeah.
Which is mental.
Yeah.
Like, when Chase wins, which he will, a main event, fucking touch wood, that'll be Cowie's first win since 22, which is insane.
Yeah.
As I was saying on Pulp again, like, yeah, it's not all the bike and team and whatever else, but there are serious questions to be asked there. Because if you go through history, when did a manufacturer just randomly stop winning?
Yamaha.
Yeah, but I mean, it has happened. No, it has happened, but I mean, it is few and far between. I mean, Honda in there for a bit.
Mm-hmm. But they would have intermittent wins with Trey.
And helped like by Wyndham as well with Geico. Wild.
I'll go Chase too, to be honest with you, because
I don't know if you can just disagree with what I said, but pick Chase.
No, I don't disagree that it's his. I disagree that it's his to lose.
Oh,
but I do think he still wins this title. I just think that, like, it's not going to be he's the best and others will have to find a way to knock him off. I think it's going to be a knockdown, drag out kind of battle again this year, and this time he'll figure it out.
Steve said I annoyed him on Pulp when we were doing his game, where I was speaking as Chase. said I was pissing him off
because you were being too literal.
Because I wasn't letting him. Because I kept providing obstacles for him to just. I think he just wanted to give Chase advice.
Okay.
I think he for some reason felt like it was a very meaningful moment.
Okay. All right, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Yeah, I just think that like. There's too many question marks to me still with Eli. I think Eli will be in this title fight, but I think that I'm, like I said, with the big flop, I think that there's a more chance that Eli's thing doesn't work out than Chase's.
Do you know what a very good way to describe Eli's season, in my opinion, is it'll be similar to Kenny last year. In the mix, due to consistency, one bad race that means the points don't paint a good picture, but he's like 20-30 out, he's there, he's lurking, but never in it to the point of like swapping red plates each week.
Well, I think if he is in it, he's going to be like close for like a majority of the season and fall out a little late.
But, I mean, again, I said it on Pulp, but in his last 25 starts, 2 wins. You can't ignore that. And that's not including the races he's missed. If you include the races he's missed, then it's like in the last 44 events. You know, like, we can't just overlook those numbers.
And honestly, like, really what does it for me with Chase is, and I maybe could have said this for the biggest flop, I'm really concerned about Cooper Webb this year for some reason. I don't know if it's just because of what he said about, in the past coming in with the new bike and the struggles that I had, and he's obviously dealing with a little bit of struggles on this bike right now. And he's a gamer and he's going to win races, I think, but it also hasn't worked out to defend ever for him.
Yeah, I'm a little bit pissed off actually that I feel like we have good information about Webb and the new bike. Accumulated from the media days, WSX and whatnot. And I feel like whenever I've talked about this, because I share your sentiment, I feel like there's quite a lot of pushback. But in my mind, and I've said this a million times, but I'll surmise it, Chase on Cowie to me will work because it's all mental, and Chase hated what he was on before so much that he will therefore look fondly on the Kawasaki and its problems because he can always go, oh, it's better than that, isn't it? Whereas Webb loved what he was on previously so much that he's constantly going to be romanticizing what's behind him. And I do think that dynamic means that I'd rather be in Chase's position just from a... Like, it's never good to romanticize what you had previous.
Yeah.
Like, it's no different to... I mean, I don't know where Eli sits in that. I don't know if he looks back on the Yamaha and loved it, because obviously the latest model he didn't get on with as much. But you know, point blank, Chase is very happy to not be racing the KTM. Mm-hmm. Therefore, he is gonna, if the Cowie does some weird things, he'll laugh and go, well, it's nothing compared to what the KTM did.
Yeah.
Whereas Webb is constantly going to be using the 25 as a reference point, which, as he said many a time, for him, it was the bike. Mm-hmm. So I think that's hard to like let go of.
It is, yeah. And I mean, like I said, he's never defended well either. Like all of his title defensives for some reason just didn't work out.
Yeah.
He was good in 2020, I think, but then got crashed in Arlington and got hurt and stuff like that. But I don't know that I just can ever get on board with Webb being a 4-time champion alongside Dungeon Villopoto.
Honestly, that is
that
crazy.
Would be so weird to say that out loud to me. Like, not that he is not one of the all-time greats, like Webb deserves to be in the echelon of that, but Dungeon Villopoto are like 2 steps above, in my opinion, over Webb and what he's accomplished.
And even crazier, if it works out this year, we're not far away from Webb being a 5-time.
Yeah, could be, right?
There's a realistic path where at the end of 27, Webb may be a 5-time champion. Mm-hmm. Unlikely, just because of the way racing plays out. But very quickly, these next 2 years could launch Webb from one of the all-time champions to, hey, look at the record books, it's MC, Webb, and RC.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't hear 4-time champion Cooper Webb and not think like, really?
But then, what's crazy is you quickly flip the script and go, if he's won this much, think of all the years where, like, almost wasted years. When he first got on the Yamaha 450, 23. Yes, it was a three-way fight, but when he got hit by AC, that could have very easily been his title. He was right in that. You know, like there, if you, I mean, you could do this with everyone, I guess, but you start to look at it, and actually, there's a way that Webb could quite easily already be the 4 or 5 time champion, which is maybe even weirder to think.
Yeah, I mean, he's a gamer for sure. Like that's one thing that he'll go down in history as, is like rising to the occasion when it doesn't work out. Ricky said it on the show on Pulp this week, where like Webb will take a bad night and make it a third, and that's just something that's, you know, some top guys can never do that. Sometimes the bad nights will roll into a really bad night, and Webb always seems to turn it around.
That would be me.
That would be you. So, but yeah, I think we both agree. Chase Sexton, I think, wins this title. So definitely very interesting. Again, big thanks to Leatt for backing the show for the 2026 season. Excited to see all their 2026 line of gear. Head over to leatt.com and see what they have to offer for you guys. And be sure to mention that, you listen to the LVK show if you get in touch with the guys at Leatt, and I'm sure they'll help you out a little bit as well. All right, our last prediction topic, and this could be a myriad of different ways, but this is just a crazy prediction, like the most random thing that could happen this year. Good Lord, did a lot of random things happen in 2025 that we could key off of, especially in Supercross. But is there anything that we could even look at as like, if this happens, we will have our wigs blown back?
I wish I'd put some thought into this one.
Well, I mean, like, look, Malcolm Stewart coming back from behind to win Tampa the way that he did was certainly one of those that could be factored in. Cole Davies' rise, Hayden Deegan getting arrested could even make it on this list. So like things like that would just, be crazy to see in 2026.
Oh, do you have one?
No, I don't know that I do. Okay, I don't
bold,
know.
Maybe not crazy, bold prediction. Chase wins the most races. Kenny wins the second most races.
Okay. Like close to Chase's win total, or like a very
Let's say Chase
difference?
wins 7 again, like he did last year. 7 it was, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Kenny wins 4.
Yeah, I could see it.
Which works out because then Webb wins 3 and Tomac wins 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or Webb wins 2, Tomac wins 2, Hunter wins 1. Like that. There is a way that could work for all the guys around Roxon. Kind of just leave Roxon to do it. So yeah, that's my prediction.
All right, I'm going to just get crazy. Marchbanks or Faulkner, depending on how Faulkner's season starts or whatever, leads a lot of a main event and gets second or third.
It's funny because that's ridiculous, but it's happened before. So like in my head, I can picture the scenario in which it kind of plays out.
Like we go through a lot of a main event. I don't know what round.
Yeah.
It could be any round, and we're like, oh shit, they might win this race.
Yeah, no, I like that. I kind of want another one now. Let's see, what crazy thing can I come out with? No, maybe I don't have anything. No, I think I'm good. I think mine's bold enough. It's not crazy, but it's bold. No, yeah, I'm happy.
What's the most dramatic thing that happens this year? Like, do you think we're gonna see a big crash, a big takeout that turns into like a fight? Like, what if you're putting money on it? What's the most dramatic thing that could happen this year? Any rider, it doesn't have to be a rider even. It could just be like
dramatic.
We're gonna just be completely shocked when this guy cartwheels or something like that.
I think the dramatic... Okay, this is really controversial then, but building off what we said before, I guess you could say the dramatic thing is Webb can't web like he did in 25 because of a new bike. We see Webb, and maybe it's not dramatic, but we see Webb miss opportunities that we feel he would have capitalized on in 25 purely because he can't get the bike in the position to do it.
Okay. I think this year, because there's so many guys right now with Jet out that think that this is their year, we see a real rivalry develop. Like we see like real
we need
hatred of some kind. I don't know who. Let's just say Chase and Webb because of them being close in the battle last year. But like to some degree, 3-4 rounds in, they take each other out and it's effing on. Like I could see that happening.
Yeah, it won't be Eli. Eli won't partake in.
But it could be. Like, who knows? Now that Webb and Eli aren't on the same team, maybe Webb is just like, I'm going to pass this guy aggressively, and they both end up down, and Eli's like, WTF, man, what the hell is that about? And then takes him out the next week, and then we're on to the races. You know, like...
You could say, if Kenny can do what we all want Kenny to do, the Kenny-Webb rivalry reignites.
Oh, maybe.
And that could also bring Chase into it, Kenny's buddy, and like it could almost be like an us versus them sort of situation.
Jay Coop playing supporting actor, he'll be the Robin of the Batman situation.
Honestly, I'm curious about Jay Coop because I'm so down on him at this point. Like,
just wins A1.
I'm close to being of the opinion that this is just what he is.
Yeah.
Which I think if you go back to any podcasts I did, when he left 250s, I was actually quite high on him. But I'm close to being like, yep, this is it.
Okay, Lynn, let's do this. Our last prediction of this show. We have talked so much about, and I think you even listed the 4 riders you think that are going to win this year on the Pulp Show. Who, if they win A1, are we like, what the fuck?
Okay, I thought about this a lot. Honestly, there's only 2 riders who would win A1 and I would go, okay, Roxon and Chase. I think anyone else would surprise me.
Really?
Maybe not to the what the fuck level, but Webb's never won A1. So if he were to come out and win A1, I think it would still be like, oh, fuck, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
As well as the new bike talk. Tomac typically starts slow. There's a lot of negativity around the KTM. So if Tomac comes out and just wins A1, I think I'd be like, fuck, okay, that's different from the norm. And then the same, Hunter would be a new winner at A1, So that, realistically, and I've given this so much thought, Roxon and Chase are my expected winners at A1.
Okay. I think that any of the 5 that you mentioned, though, if they won, I would be like, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like the years that Barsha just came out and randomly won, the Millsaps Kennard battle, which we all go back to, and it just being crazy. I'm going to say Jason Anderson.
Oh, okay, that is wild. That should be your crazy prediction.
It should be my crazy prediction. And I'm not saying that he will win A1, but I could totally envision a situation where he's leading this thing and he's hard to pass.
Yeah, my only comeback to that would be that played out at Anaheim 2 last year.
But Jet was on the track, and once Jet opened the dam, it kind of...
Okay, yeah, that's fair, actually.
Like...
Yeah, I'd imagine the mentality when Jet's on the track is, oh my god, Jet's coming. Whereas the mentality when Jet's not on the track is, I can do this. And that drastically changes the way your body reacts. And
I don't think that they have like beef, but say Chase is second behind Anderson. Anderson wants to prove something a little bit with the Cowie. Chase took Anderson out at Birmingham last year. Like, I feel like he might race him quite hard.
I don't remember the Chase Anderson Birmingham thing.
Really?
No, not at all.
In
the corner after the whoops, after the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I Jason doesn't forget. And he also doesn't race anybody ever like super clean to begin with. So, but I feel like Tomac, I feel like Jason feels like he could race Tomac.
Yeah.
I feel like Jason thinks he could beat Webb, especially early in the season. I don't know, maybe Roxon and Hunter are good, but
if Jason's gonna win a podium, it's coming in the first 6 rounds.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So like one of those where it's a new team and all this, and no one really knows what to expect from him, and then oh shit, he wins A1.
Yeah.
Like that could be one of those where we're just like no one's even thinking of it, and maybe it happens.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree with that.
All right. I think that's an interesting tidbit. Very excited for A1 this weekend. Do we have any other predictions we should go over?
Well, my A1 prediction, I said it on Pulp, but Roxon, Chase, Webb.
I got Roxon winning A1 too.
Yeah.
So the other Suzuki, but yeah.
And then 250s, Deegan, Kitchen, Max, which is the boring class to predict.
It is boring. So to be different, I'm going to say Kitchen wins the opener.
Max is flying at the test track, but it almost means less because I feel like Max has been flying at the test track for years. So like we're immune to that.
Well,
now.
and he's been flying for months because he's literally been racing WSX, winning.
He completely changed his bike.
Oh, really?
Yep.
After WSX.
Yes.
Oh, goody.
Yes. Yeah. Imagine me on the phone being like, "Oh, that's cool." Cool.
You got your guys and bike changes.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Did I ever tell the story about the gas pressure in the shock from WSX?
No, what's that? What are you talking about?
So Argentina, when I interviewed Anderson, and he was talking first race on the Suzuki, he was talking about like bike changes and all of this, and he said like, yeah, we'll go back and work on the gas pressure in the shock, which I'd never heard a rider say. So I said to Max the next day because I was flying with him.
I kind of remember this.
Yeah, I said like, have you ever done gas pressure in the shock? And he was like, no, let me ask Austin. And Austin was flying with us as well. So then Max asked Austin, and Austin was like, we're not testing that. Like, we're not doing this. And then Anderson's mechanic came by. So then Max is like, let me ask you something. So what's Anderson talking about with the gas pressure in his shock? And then this whole, like, we opened up the dam of gas pressure in the shock situations. So now every time I talk to him after practice or whatever, and he's like, yeah, I think the bike could be better. I just go, gas pressure? Helium, maybe? Maybe with some helium in the shock? What other gases are available? That's where we're at.
All right. Oh, the bike changes, dude.
No, but it's actually...
God. Honestly, we should have done a prediction topic of who is going to be complaining about their bike most after A1.
Yeah, but it's hard, isn't it? Because like
it's whoever just gets like 12th.
No, but it's also whoever like Tomac will never complain, so he'll never win, but maybe he is behind the scenes, you know?
Maybe, yeah. True.
Like so realistically, you know the riders who are open, so it kind of narrows you down to like 4 riders who can talk about it.
Right. Oh, it's going to be fun though, man. A1 this weekend, kicking off the 2026 Monster Energy Supercross Championship. I can't wait. You and I will both be there. Big days coming up. Press day Friday. Looks like we'll actually get some riding in. The weather's clear. It's great. A1, man. Catch the fever.
Yeah. I guess I echo that. Yeah.
Real excited,
Yeah.
Big Lou. Bring the energy here today. No, big thanks to everybody for tuning into the show. Appreciate you guys watching or listening wherever you are in the world. Let's go racing A1 this weekend. Thanks, Leatt, Namura, Partzilla, Alpinestars for backing the show. Let's drop the gate at A1 for 2026. All right, we'll see you guys next week to recap what happens and see if our predictions are anywhere close to true. And appreciate you guys tuning in. So long for now.